Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your news today. Coming up, state of emergency. Widespread devastation as a typhoon rips through the Philippines. Plus, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor summoned to the US over his links to Jeffrey Epstein. And a very lucky Labrador the moment this good boy was rescued after getting caught in a very tricky situation.
Very good boy. Well, first up, a Virgin aircraft has been met by multiple fire rescue crews after a dramatic landing at Brisbane Airport. Let's go live to Today Queensland reporter Andrea Crothers. Andrea, good morning to you. The plane was full of passengers.
Good morning, Sarah. 180 passengers were on board at the time. This all unfolded just before 7 o'clock last night. Virgin flight VA 454. It was coming from Darwin into Brisbane, when suddenly it barely touched down. Its rear brakes catch alight. You can actually see in this vision, smoke is streaming from the back of them. So this triggered a major emergency response. You saw 4 fire trucks, aviation fire trucks, attend the scene. They continued to hose it down to ensure it was all safe. Passengers and crew did disembark the plane via the aero bridge as normal. It's now understood Virgin will be getting its engineers to take a look at the plane before it returns to service. Sarah.
Andrea, thank you.
40 airports from LA to New York City will be hit with cancellations and delays because of the government shutdown. Let's go live to 9 US correspondent Jonathan Kersley at LA International Airport. Jonathan, good morning to you. What will this mean for travellers?
For travellers from tomorrow here in the United States, it is going to mean a huge amount of pain and delays and cancellations. It is going to start at around about a 4% reduction in flights across the United States of America. That's going to mean more than 2,000 flights grounded, delayed because of this government shutdown. That is now the longest in US history. There are simply not enough air traffic control operators to keep the airspace safe. So the FAA is going to essentially introduce this reduction. It is going to mean and impact dozens of airports from here in LA to New York's JFK, Chicago's O'Hare International, Dallas, Fort Worth, Atlanta, Ronald Reagan outside Washington, D.C. All major airports being impacted by what is going to be a major cancellation from tomorrow morning. In some good news, though, it seems as though international flights will not be impacted. So for Australians making their way to the United States over the course of today, tomorrow, the next few days, well, that is going to mean some good news. But domestically here, well, the reduction in flights starts at 4% tomorrow. It's likely to increase by 1% a day as long as this shutdown goes on. Carl.
Jono, at least 114 people are dead after a typhoon tore through the Philippines. Recovery efforts now underway after the country's deadliest natural disaster this year. The storm is now moving across Vietnam, where thousands have been evacuated ahead of expected landslides and more flash floods.
An Adelaide high school teacher is now under investigation after wearing an inappropriate costume to a school Halloween party. Let's go live to 9 Adelaide reporter Bianca Wiley in Adelaide. Bianca, good morning to you. So what was it that landed him in hot water?
Good morning to you, Sarah. Well, a lot of thought and planning usually goes into wearing a Halloween costume, but perhaps in this particular instance, there wasn't a lot of foresight. The Aubrey Agricultural High School teacher apparently wore a costume of American right-wing political commentator Charlie Kirk to a staff Halloween event on campus. The outfit he wore apparently had a bullet in his neck and a fake blood-stained shirt. The teacher has now been stood down, an email going out to parents describing the outfit as wholly unacceptable. So Sarah, I suppose it begs the question of how far is too far when it comes to Halloween.
All right, Bianca, thank you. Well, Optus says it has contacted 13 people who tried to call 000 during Wednesday's outage, which was caused by damage to a communications tower near Newcastle. Fibre lines were cut at Hexham, disrupting services for nearly 70,000 Optus customers and affecting a handful of Telstra sites as well. The telco says all services have now been restored.
Former White House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has announced her retirement after 37 years in Congress. The 85-year-old California Democrat was a central figure during the presidencies of Barack Obama and Joe Biden, and she was the first woman to serve as Speaker of the House, regarded as one of the most powerful positions in US politics. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been ordered to appear before congressmen for questioning over his links to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Let's go live to Europe correspondent Hannah Sinclair in London. Hannah, good morning to you. This as he's now officially stripped of his titles.
That's right, Carl. Entries published in the UK's official public record confirming the removal of Andrew's titles as ordered by the King. Andrew's now also been summoned to America to hand over information on paedophile Jeffrey Epstein as the rest of the royal family gets on with their duties. Here in London, Queen Camilla has paid tribute to the lives lost during the First World War at the 97th Field of Remembrance at Westminster Abbey. Princess Anne will be taking part in several remembrance services in Australia in the coming days, set to touch down tomorrow for a 4-day visit. Meanwhile, Prince William is still in Brazil, now with the British Prime Minister and other world leaders at the COP30 Leaders Summit. And Meghan has returned to her former career. She's been spotted on a film set in LA 8 years after quitting acting. Carl?
Looking forward to that one. New York City's most famous tree is returning home for the holidays. The Rockefeller Christmas tree is coming to town. That's right, folks, that time of year again. The 75-year-old Norwegian spruce, standing at more than 20 metres tall. It'll be decked out with more than 50,000 LED lights and crowned with that glittering Swarovski star.
The highest paying graduate roles have been revealed, and it's engineers with the most bucks in their banks. Jobs and Skills Australia has revealed mining engineers are the highest paid, earning $120,000 just 5 years after graduation. Business and commercial law students are a close second, earning almost $106,000. Meanwhile, GPs are coming home with the same amount straight out of university. A very lucky pet Labrador has been rescued after being trapped beneath a pile of bricks at a home in Melbourne's southeast. The 16-year-old pup, named Buck, was stuck for over 11 hours after a wall came crashing down in Malvern before SES volunteers gently dug him out. The very good boy stayed calm throughout the chaos and emerged tail wagging straight into a sea of pats and cuddles from his rescuers. Toy company Lego has handed out thousands of MRI sets to hospitals around the world. The kits come with a miniature scanner, bed, control room and staff figurines which children can play with before their scans. It's aimed at making the loud examination a little less intimidating for children.
Any missing body pieces?
That's a different game.
Hopefully not.
That's a different game.
It's Lego. Hello. Well, today's the day that Sydney gets to sing along with Oasis, with tickets still available for both shows at Accor Stadium this weekend.
Let's go live to today. Sydney reporter Sarah Stewart, who is at Accor Stadium. Good morning to you, Sarah. The pre-show celebrations kicked off last night.
Oh, good morning. They certainly did. It was a drone show here at Accor Stadium last night that lit up the night sky just after 9 o'clock, doing the word Oasis. It was a spectacular sight. Yesterday we saw Noel on Sydney Harbour as well, taking some photos before coming here tonight and tomorrow night, along with 140,000 people, we are told, to leave the car at home, catch public transport. You know what? They haven't been here for 20 years. Today's the day we're going to turn back the clock 20 years and celebrate those Gallagher brothers, guys.
Yeah.
And the love between them. Thank you, Sarah.
Hard to get that merch, Says.
I know. I tried in Melbourne on the Friday concert.
I tried to get
Sold
some for your
out.
birthday, your 40th tomorrow. And
You had to find a way of raising that, didn't
like
you?
40 bits of memorabilia, Oasis memorabilia. Yeah, because it'd be a nice little thing.
Okay.
But I just can't get it anywhere.
We'll try harder, Carl.
All right.
Let's take a look at the weather right across the country for you now, with temperatures in the late 20s, early 30s for most states around the nation.
With a low pressure system hovering South Australia, moving towards Victoria, bringing widespread showers and possible thunderstorms.